So in this video, we're going to talk about how the practice of connecting allows you to take those actions that change your life. Guys, listen, I know what it's like to be in life and to keep dealing with issues that you're trying to find solutions for. And no matter what the actions you take, you find yourself not getting what you want. And now I want each of you listening to this video to think about it. Think about any area of your life where you know that there's something that isn't going the way you want it to go because the actions you're taking isn't giving you the results you want. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. How does the practice of connecting allow you to take actions that change your life? Well, let's just start with where are your actions coming from that you're taking? And this is where the practice of connecting starts to change your actions immediately. You see, where your actions are coming from is from what you're getting from your mind. Your mind is telling you what you should act on. You may have read a book. You may have listened to a friend tell their story of what they did and how they got their results. You may have Googled it. You may have studied it and you know all the right things to do. But guess what? Even though you're doing those things, you still don't have the results that you want, right? So how do you take those actions that really change your life, that really give you those results, that actually change it to having what you want? And fundamental in the practice of connecting is that the actions that you take don't come from your mind. You see, the actions that you take in the practice of connecting come from another part of you. And this part of you is what I call yourself. Now listen, many of you have had many times where you really trusted another part of you other than your mind. Some of us call it our intuition, right? But I really want to call it yourself. Because in the practice of connecting, you discover that the more your actions come from yourself, the more your life changes. And you actually have the things that you want turn out in your relationships or in your finances or with your health or in your career or finding your purpose or being a better parent, being a better child with your older parents, or situations that we deal with all the time. You see, the practice of connecting allows you to take actions that your mind never have you see or even know you can take. Because when you connect, you release and you let go of everything your mind is telling you about that situation. And you start to look at the situation differently. Because when you let go of everything your mind is telling you about that situation, something really unimaginable occurs. You start to see things in that situation that never occurred for you before. And you get that there are actions that you could take that you never saw before. And here's why that happens. You see, in the practice of connecting, what you learn, what you discover, and what you begin to train yourself in is that your mind will always see a situation through the patterns that your mind has always operated from. It may look a little different. It may sound a little different. It may be a little bit more polished, but I promise you, the things that your mind doesn't let you do because of fear or concern or worry, or things you've done in the past that didn't turn out, it will always take you down a path to make sure you don't get yourself in situations that may not work for you. And when you take actions, you are from your mind, you are limiting yourself, but by what your mind already knows about you and what works for you and what doesn't work for you and what you can and can't do and how you can and can't be in a situation. And therefore, we end up taking actions that don't change our life to the life that we want. And so in a connection, you connect, meaning you release your mind, everything it knows about the situation, everything that you feel logically and that makes sense to you to do, you release it. And that's big, right? That's huge, because we don't normally do that. We would never do that because we follow what our mind tells us to do, you see. And then what happens in a connection is you listen to this part of you that I call yourself. Guys, this is what happens when you start to do that. You start to hear the guidance, the answers, the actions that will change how that situation is. And then you trust it. You literally see it and go, wow, I see. What I get to do is to call Mark Jones, or what I get to do is to take a walk, or what I get to do is to, handle this way. Like suddenly new pathways on how to act in that situation arises. And so then you act. That's the last step, right? Connect, listen, trust, act. Action. When you take that action, that situation changes. Your life changes. Things that are unexpected begins to happen. People say the magic occurs because they don't even know how it happened. It just happened. But that is because when your actions are coming from yourself, your life brings you those situations to have that area work, turn out, get the results you want, change to the life you want. And that is how the practice of connecting allows you to take actions that change your life. So listen, why not check it out? In this particular video, click on that link below and I'll give you a trial to check it out. 2 weeks, just to see what it's like for you. Why not? So click on the link below and have this experience of having your actions really change your life in the practice of connecting.